Okay, I was gonna add some of this to my anti-gun thing, but I forgot. But it honestly deserves its own video, I guess. All right, there have been a lot of people who walk up to and harass open carriers. Matter of fact, there was a video I remember watching it a while ago, all the way through, and I could be wrong. This might have not actually been in there, but this guy was outside the St. Louis Zoo, open carrying on the sidewalk because apparently they wouldn't allow him in there. I don't know if he's protesting, demonstrating, or what, or just exercising. Most likely he's exercising his rights from what the video said. And one person decided to confront him. This video went on for 18 minutes. And if I remember to, I'll put the link in the description so you can see what I'm referring to. But in part of the video, he even said that some of his friends, which I doubt he even has any, told him not to confront this guy because if he did, bullets would start firing at him. And he said he wasn't afraid. Now this guy harassed this open carrier for I don't know how long. And the open carrier knew his rights. Most gun owners study what they can and cannot do. They study the Second Amendment. They study the Constitution just to make sure they're not making an ass of themselves. Most. And this guy just kept going, just attacking him for open carrying. And kept saying, the open carrier admitted that he was going to keep coming back and doing this. And the harasser kept saying, well, I'll just keep following you because this shit's going to end. You will be stopped. But he was just harassing the hell out of him, and nobody came to the harasser's defense, but there was like 5 or 6 people who came to the open carrier's defense, all saying they open carry, all say they own weapons, and all kinds of crap. And the open carrier even said, look, I do this to protect my family and protect people around me. If you were in danger, I protect you. And the harasser basically said, I don't need your protection. You were scaring people. This has nothing to do with protection. You're intimidating people on purpose. Has nothing at all to do with protection. And this went on for, like I said, roughly 18 minutes. Now, he didn't attack the guy. He didn't show any signs of aggression to open carrier. He just kept pointing out he has a right to do this. And the guy doing the harassment kept saying, you know what, this happens in other countries. This does not happen here. Open carry is crap. We will put an end to this. Which is not going to happen. If it's legal in your state, it's most likely going to stay that way. Other than California, because they apparently don't care about their citizens. Since 1, they got rid of open carry, and 2, they limit your magazine capacity. Because obviously criminals are going to say, oh wow, I'm only allowed to have 10 rounds. I better take the 7 out of here. No, it doesn't work like that. Matter of fact, at one point they stopped, when it came to concealed permits, they stopped saying you had to have a reason to have a permit, and they started issuing them. I think one person still refused to issue, I don't remember exactly. But they're always hassling open carriers, acting like they're brave. They're not. Here's why. I know for a fact, well, I don't know for a fact, but I honestly believe they know that it's safe to approach these people because they won't do anything. Their guns are holstered. The reason I say this, because I can guarantee you, if they saw somebody actually brandishing, holding a weapon, committing a crime, they would not walk up to this person to say the same shit because they know they would be shot. Because that's how criminals are. They're trying to make it look like open carriers are the same way. They're not. I open carried for a long time. The most that honestly happened was I was on an RTC bus, and I was sitting down, and one person actually walked to the bus driver and said, hey, there's someone with a gun on this bus. The driver periodically looked back, just pretended to glance, and just drove off, didn't care. I had one bus driver try to stop me from open carrying. And I said, look, I've already talked to other bus drivers and security, and I've called customer service. I know I'm allowed to do this. He called his manager and got overridden by anyways, his manager said he's allowed to do this. Plus, one occasion, when I was at Kmart here, and I was with a couple of family members, and we were returning a table. Now, one of my family members has a disability placard that you would hang in your window. So we parked in a disabled parking spot, closest spot there. And the reason we brought them is because they had purchased the table, and it was damaged. So we returned it, but we didn't feel like taking it apart, which means it didn't fully fit the vehicle. It was a Ford Bronco, and the window couldn't be rolled up without damaging something. So while they were in there explaining the situation to get somebody to come out and get this stuff, I stood guard because, well, I had a vehicle that was open that anybody could get into, and I was wearing my NRA hat. Now, some guy roughly in his 60s walked out of Kmart, looked in my general direction, and started just going off on me, talking, using obscenities. I couldn't tell if it was my NRA hat that pissed him off, or the fact that I was parked in a handicapped spot. He kept saying fat and other things, I believe, and I just kept looking straight ahead because I really didn't give a shit. And he did this for about a minute and a half and then continuously walked. Now, I want to make sure it was me he was talking to, so I looked to my right, which would be in the same direction he was looking to see if there's anybody over there. I knew there wasn't anybody over there, but I wasn't going to look while he was talking, just so he could say, "Hey, no, I'm talking to you." As he walked away, I looked, noticed there was nobody else there. I figured he was talking to me. I figured he was pissed off because I was parked in a handicap spot, and just assumed it was me, or is my NRA hat, and he just went ballistic, went stupid. But you people out there harassing open carriers, pretending that they're scary, and they're going to go ballistic any second, we all know you're full of shit. We all know that you know for a fact that they're not going to do anything to you. Because they know the law, they know they can't just shoot you for running your mouth. You have the right to the First Amendment, no matter how much of a jackass you act. It's that simple. They will most likely either just ignore you or correct you. But they will not use a weapon on you because, again, their life's not in danger. And those people know for a fact they're not going to do anything because they don't break the law. Again, if you walked in on a crime being committed with a gun, I know damn well you would not approach this person and say the same shit because you know damn well they will most likely shoot you. So stop pretending that we're the violent ones. It's you. May not be physically violent, but you are verbally violent as hell. You think you're being the big shot, you think you're being brave by coming up to us, but you're not. Because we all know you're not afraid because you know we won't do anything. Unless, of course, you're stupid enough to try to go for a weapon, then you're really screwed. But seriously, knock it off. It's pointless. You're not proving anything. You're not proving how brave you are. Because I can guarantee you, you will not walk up to somebody committing a crime and do this crap. Because you know your ass would get shot. And then, of course, you would blame guns instead of the person who shot you, or blame people who own guns. We just can't win with you people. There's really no need to do this crap. So I guarantee you, you wouldn't do this shit to someone with a hammer. And I bring up hammer is because in certain ways a hammer is more dangerous than a gun. And here's a few reasons. Say somebody's going to walk into a place and start attacking people with a hammer. Now a hammer has two sides. A blunt side which you hit the nail with, and then the claw side which can do a hell lot more damage. Now you hit someone with this hard enough to disorientate them, and you keep hitting them, most people around won't notice what's going on as long as they're not earshot of them being hit, because unlike a gun, a hammer does not make a loud noise on impact. Well, not loud enough to scare the shit out of people around it, which means they have a good chance of going after somebody else. And another thing, hammers don't need to be reloaded. You can keep going until people start seeing you. So again, same thing with knives, same thing with anything you can carry around. But again, if somebody's walking on a hammer, you don't think twice about it. You might think twice about a knife, but I'm not going to give you that much credit. But the only time you shouldn't be concerned is if somebody's walking around with a gun in their hand. Then you are justified in calling the cops. Because if the gun's in their hand, they're planning to do something really bad. Holstered, no. There's no plans on doing anything. They have it holstered in case the need arises. But you guys don't care. You're going to continuously harass open carriers, thinking you're big, bad, and tough, when we all know you're doing this because you know for a damn fact they're not going to do anything to you because they're not going to break the law. But you guys just don't care. You're going to continuously harass them, and eventually you're going to escalate to do something stupid. Now, the video I'm referring to, the zoo video, there was a second part to it, which I can't seem to find at the moment, of him walking up to a police officer and trying to get him to do something about the open carrier. And the best part is the police officer saw him harassing the guy. And the police officer laughed and was like, "What do you want me to do? He's not breaking the law. He's on a sidewalk. He's not in the zoo. And the sidewalk's public access, which gives them the right to stand on it. Plus, the guy had, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 people come to his defense, all gun owners, saying he's not doing anything wrong. And this gun owner, all he did was say, look, it's for my protection, and if something's happening around me that requires help, it's for their protection." And this anti-gun jackass kept saying, well, I don't need your help. I don't need some help with somebody who's compensating. He's open carrying a weapon. He's exercising his Second Amendment right. He stood there. He never went anywhere. He never did anything. And those guys complained about it. It's like, well, children don't need to see this. Well, I know it's a big difference, but cops walk around with weapons all the time. Open carrying. I know the police officers, but you can't say, you know, it just doesn't matter. Plus, anytime anybody's open carrying, like I said in my last video, they could be a plainclothes officer. And, well, you don't give a shit who you harass, so it really doesn't matter. But that's pretty much it about that. And like I said, if by the time I'm done editing this, if I remember to put the link in there, I will. Just to make it easier for you to find it. But yeah, most people have probably seen it, because there's a shitload of hits on it. And what's funny is not only did this guy record this whole thing, the harasser, but he actually uploaded it to YouTube. And you know what? Every comment on it that I read at the time when this thing was originally uploaded was attacking him. Half of them like, I can't believe you uploaded this stupid ass video. You act like an arrogant ass. He just kept continuously going off. It's like, well, I'm not afraid of you. So, and the guy's like, good, you're not supposed to be afraid of me unless you're gonna do harm to me. I mean, seriously, some people are just completely fucking stupid. This is why I can still carry all the time. Very few people have actually realized I carried by looking at my hat. Only a couple people have done that. Most people don't even care, or don't even realize I have a weapon. But this is why I can still carry. It's because I don't feel like dealing with some jackass who's gonna taunt me because I open carried him, knowing that I'm not gonna do anything, but he has to run his mouth anyways.
Come and take it if you want it. Come and take it if you think you can. Come and take it, but we'll warn you, you'll have to pry from our cold dead hands. We want the freedom that God gave us, so you best not cross that line. If you want this gun, you gotta come through us and take it one shot at a time.